I wasn't the best kid growing up. And I'm not talking about like, I hit my teens and was out every night like partying with the boys, although definitely not a loser, was definitely doing that, definitely wasn't alone at all. I'm talking about when I was like an actual child, 4, 5, 6. I was a menace. And I don't remember these stories as they happened. I only have the dramatic recreations that my mother has woven into my fibers as I've gotten older. I remember the first time I ever heard these stories, I didn't believe that I'd actually done them. I'm kind of amazed by myself with how cunning I was as a child. That kind of came through a little bit into adulthood, but I don't think adult me could come up with these two stories right now. Honestly, I don't think I could. So buckle up and get ready for some adorable pictures of me as a child. Let's get right into it. We're gonna need to set this one up a little bit. As a kid, I had this stool. I'll put a picture up over here somewhere. Not gonna actually be able to show you the actual stool because nobody knows where it went, unfortunately. Because me and that dude got into some trouble together. And I would cart that sucker around everywhere. You're a kid. You're small. So you're like, how can I get up on top of things and cause mayhem? I'm gonna carry a stool around. And that's what I did. I really hope my son is not like me. Or he is, and we can just get like some shenanigans together, man. That'd be dope. Father-son shenanigans, something I never had. That'd be sick, dude. Carry this little sucker around with me everywhere. In fact, it is the enabler. It is my wingman to both of these stories. I just thought about it. It's not just for the first one. It is for the second one as well. So oftentimes, my mother would leave my sister to kind of look out for me or whatever. Not really watch me, but just kind of make sure I wasn't going to kill myself or something like that. So I guess kind of watch me. But I was a kid, right? So, and she was also a child at that time. And I can't remember what mom was doing. I was on the phone with her tonight, so I probably should have asked her. But I can't remember what she was doing. Anyways, she wasn't in the living room and dining room thing that we had kind of in our old house. Danielle was on the couch watching Pocahontas, the VHS of Pocahontas on the TV. And I got an idea in my head. I figured I want to draw on some walls with my crayons and markers. But how am I going to do that without getting caught? Bingo, baby. Grab the stool. Bring the stool out. Put it against the wall. Not only do I put it against the wall, I stand on my tippy toes to reach as high up as I can and scribble. So it looks like I am physically unable to go anywhere near those heights, because not only am I on my stool, but I'm also standing on my tippy toes. Danielle had no idea what she was doing because her back was completely turned to me the way the couch was angled. And I drew all over these walls. Big streaks across the wall, right? Get off the stool, move the stool over, get back up, resume my artwork. I was a young Banksy. My art could not be contained on a sheet of paper or on a canvas. I had to take it into the real world. After my art was done, I looked upon it and said, it was good. Hope that's not blasphemous. I put my stool away and then went about my business, whatever I was doing. When mom came into the room, she saw a mess all over her walls, right? Danielle's hide got tanned. She got punished bad for that. And I can't remember whether she was supposed to scrub the walls too or not, but I'm not sure. Anyways, Danielle was like, it wasn't me, it wasn't me, it wasn't me. But that's what a kid would say if it was them as well, right? I've worked with kids before, and you always know, the troublemakers are always like, no, I didn't do it, it was Dylan, or whatever. I didn't know any kids named Dylan growing up. I've never looked after any kids named Dylan. I don't know why Dylan was the first name that popped in my brain. Saying that you didn't do it in the eyes of your parents does not make you any less guilty. And I understand that from working with children. Let's just move on to the next story. There's not much else to say about that one. We had fans. We lived in Florida, so of course we had fans in our living room, bedrooms, and all the rest of it. There's fans everywhere. It's friggin' Florida. Of course, it's gotta be fans so you can friggin' breathe the air. Gotta mix the air up or chew it before you breathe it in Florida, and I friggin' love it. Gotta move back to Florida at some point. I didn't look at this fan and see an appliance. I looked at that fan and I saw an opportunity. See, earlier on in the week, we had gotten a bunch of balloons. I can't remember why. Once again, was talking to mom on the phone tonight, probably should have asked her why. A little bit more context for this. Right? I was a scientist, okay? My brain was like, what would happen if I put my balloons into the fan? I had a hypothesis, I had my materials, and now I was gonna go test my hypothesis. Once again, my main man, the stool, comes in. I bring him over because we had those little weights tied to our balloons, so they didn't like blow away or anything like that. So I couldn't reach the fan. We had pretty high ceilings. I couldn't reach the fan with my regular sized baby arm. Small child arm. It wasn't a baby, it was a child. I go get my stool. Bingo. Add that to the list of materials I have, you know? I know how to write a scientific paper or whatever. I don't. Walk out. Boom. Put the stool down underneath the fan. Boom. Stand up on the stool. Boom. Take my balloons. Reach up with them. They get all tangled up there, man. Like, fan stops and everything. And I was like, dang, that's like an issue. So, get off the stool, grab the stool, hide the stool, do something else. Mom comes in. Fan is all jacked up with balloons. Definitely Danielle's fault because Marcus can't reach up that high. Danielle gets a stern talking to and a punishment. Mom has to pay out of pocket to fix the fan that I almost destroyed. Never got caught. Both of those stories I was never caught for. The only reason that Mom even figured out it could have been me was Mom had a very good friend in Florida. And one day they were out to like, I don't know, coffee or something, I don't know. And she brought up like a string of events that was happening. Those two being like the big ones, and was like, I can't believe Danielle is acting like this. Danielle's my sister, by the way. I can't believe Danielle's acting like this. She's never acted like this before. She's always been such a good kid. And her friend was like, are you sure it's Danielle? It's like, well, yeah, because like they couldn't reach and all the rest of it. And it's like, I bet you anything it's your son, you know? Well, come to find out, I guess Mom asked me a few questions or something. It turned out it was me. I don't think I was ever really punished for it, though. So I'm a regular Kaiser Sose, in my opinion. I'm a genius. I'm an artist. I'm a scientist. Most importantly, though, I'm the favorite child. No, real talk. Danielle and I, we had a lot of squabbles and beef throughout the years as siblings. I think all siblings have that when they're young. As we've gotten older, as you can clearly see through a bunch of the other videos I put out, we buried the hatchet. You know, we quashed the beef, man. So whatever, you know. But I would not blame her if she didn't forgive me for both of those two events, because that was just, I don't know what got into me, man. So if you are a small human or a child watching this somehow, first off, get off YouTube. I'm pretty sure you have to be 13 years or older to access this website, so shoo, bye. But if you're just a small person living with a taller person and another person for some reason, use these tips and tricks. Buy yourself a stool. Maybe get one of those like old people hand grabber things, like where they grab cans and stuff like that. That definitely are not strong enough to grab cans, and will definitely like dome you. A couple of life hacks for you. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like, comment down below with something. Remember to always take the stairs and keep that thing on you. Crazy world we're living in. And if you get tired, please pull over, give me a call, grab yourself a hotel, maybe take a nap, get outside, do some push-ups, something. Wake yourself up or just go to sleep. This extra couple of minutes driving or hours driving are not worth your car, your safety, your wallet, any of the cargo in your car, especially if you have a cat in the car. Have a good night or day, whatever time of the day it is you're watching us. We'll see you in the next one.